Hello, I am Marion. This is Book Zealots, and this is week 2 for the Scarlet Letter banned book read-along. I hope everyone is enjoying it, and if you haven't read the Scarlet Letter yet, I hope you will pick it up, give it a try, and then go back to the old video and then finish the series or follow the series of videos. It's really a good book. I have received so much more information out of this one while taking notes. Have you all ever noticed that? If you read a book, you get certain things out of it, but if you read a book and take notes, how much more you get out of it? Anyways, that's how it has been for me. So let's just dive right into the questions for chapters 9 through 16. Now remember, you can go at your pace if you're not at chapters 9 through 16 yet. Don't watch this. It has spoilers or may contain spoilers. Most likely it will have spoilers. Anyway, so is Arthur Dimmesdale an admirable character? How would you describe him and his relationship with Hester? Who had more to lose, her or him or the child? Okay. Did Roger Chillingworth murder a man in England over 30 years agone? ago? Did Roger Chillingworth become obsessed because Hester wouldn't tell him who her lover was? Did he have a right to know? During a sermon, Reverend Dimmesdale, Arthur Dimmesdale, reveals he is a sinner to the congregation, but he doesn't give details, so the congregation isn't even aware of what he is speaking of. So, unfortunately, because he did this, do you think if he had given a full confession, would he have been lauded and glorified, or do you think the congregation would have held him accountable? What are your thoughts about Arthur Dimmesdale's flagellation? What do you think about the society now, considering Hester as kind due to her 7 years of good works? Was she kind when she cheated on her husband, and how has she changed? Was there character development with Hester? Hester knows Pearl is amiss. She's not quite right. What do you think was going on with the child Pearl? Why does Hester want to tear down society? It's page 169 in my edition. What would she gain, and what would it ruin? In the prison, Roger had apologized to Hester. This was in the beginning chapter. I don't know if it was chapter 1 or chapter 2, but it was the first set of chapters. So in the prison, Roger apologized to Hester for being so much older than her and being more interested in his knowledge than his youthful bride. He accepts his failure in the marriage, but Hester doesn't accept her failure and hates Roger. She also contradicts herself on my edition, pages 176 and 180. She betrayed him legally and morally. Do you think Roger should have exposed Reverend Dimmesdale? So if Roger had exposed Dimmesdale, he would have gone to the gallows. Do you think he should have exposed that, or continued to keep it a secret? Because by keeping it a secret, Reverend Dimmesdale's sin, his guilt, was eating up him. It was eating up his soul. I mean, it was just, the sin was destroying him. The sin and the guilt of the sin. So he should Arthur Dimmesdale, okay, so first of all, why did Dimmesdale keep it a secret for so long? That man, ugh. Does Roger have a right to be angry at Hester and Reverend Dimmesdale? On my book, my edition, on page 181, Pearl is playing in the ocean and she's moving jellyfish. How is she doing that? I don't think I ever paused on that section before, but I think, how is she touching the jellyfish and moving them? She touching the globule.
Look it up.
Okay. On page 187 and 188, my edition again, Pearl tells her mother the sunshine doesn't love her. What do you think the sunshine represents? On page 190, Pearl asks Hester if she's met the black man and is this his mark, meaning her A, the A that Hester wears. We know Hester is talking about Reverend Dimmesdale when she responds, but who was Pearl talking about? So, a lot more questions on this one page, on chapters 9 through 16 than the other one. And I will be back next week for chapters 17 through 24. I hope you all are having a great time. If something has stuck out to you while you've read this that I didn't even touch on, please leave a comment below and let me know what it was. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you very much for joining in, and I hope you're having a great time. Bye. Because it's almost as if she is an afterthought, which she was, now that I think about it, because apparently based on, you know, that's something that, I'm sorry, squirrel, side note, that's something that isn't even mentioned in here. It wasn't a one-night stand, was it? And so, was there any thought whatsoever that there would be a byproduct of them? I'm just saying. Okay. Did he have a right to know? Yes, he did. Yes, he had a right to know because he's the husband. He absolutely had a right. He absolutely had a right to know because he's her husband. Little globule section, is she able to move it, the squishy jelly part, without the tentacles touching?
Shouldn't some of the tentacles be a minor issue?
The tentacles should be a major issue.
Only if it's a severely poisonous one, I thought.
She's a child. She's, what, 7 years old at this point? I don't know. Anyways.
I'll go.